Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 9, called Parting Ways. Pun intended. Listen, I don't know what was going on this episode. This episode was very lackluster, very snooze fest. But you already know we're here to talk about it for like 5 minutes. Hopefully it is 5 minutes because I know sometimes I talk too much. But let's just pick up where we left off last week with Pastor Cal talking to Dom and McKinley about where they go from here, because Dom is just like, I'm over it. Pastor Cal wants her to be specific. You saying you over, let's be precise on what exactly are we over. But then she was still trying to sugarcoat it a little bit, but Pastor Cal's like, listen, Dom, I don't got time to be wasting on you trying to figure out what exactly you're trying to say. Let me know straight to the point. What is it? Like, what are we over? So then that's when she finally says that she wants a divorce. So initially, McKinley, he wanted to continue things to see where it goes. But, you know, now that she says she wants a divorce, he's just speechless. And Pastor Cal just tries to give her advice that maybe she was too young for this situation, experiment. She says, no, she doesn't think so. So then as he's continuing to try to give her some advice, Dominique just looks annoyed, over it, as she likes to say, and she looks like she just wants to get up and get out. But out of respect for Pastor Cal, she's not going to do that. But if it was her and McKinley, she probably would have already been walked out. So McKinley is just acting very nonchalantly about it after Pastor Cal leaves. Dominique apologizes. He does too. But then in the confessional, he starts to tear up and cry. And I'm just like, I mean, you didn't want it either. So what we crying about here for? Like, you know, because Pastor Cal don't got the time. I don't got the time, because I'm just like, you didn't want it either. Let Dominique tell it in the little after party last week and this week. So he's crying. She gets her stuff. She got her little Converse on top of her box that she's... First off, actually, let's pause for a second. Didn't you already take your stuff back to your house like a couple days prior? Or the night prior? So why you still have another box you about to leave with it? Like, I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was just editing. I don't know. But why are you leaving with yet another box when technically you didn't even move in to begin with? Because you left the moment you guys came back from your apartment. So I don't know what's going on with that, but she had a little box with the Converse on it, I guess for dramatic effect. So she's walking away, you know, now she started crying on the hallway down to the elevator or whatever. I'm like, okay, both of you guys are being just so dramatic. Let's get to the next scene, because listen, I already said what I had to say about them last week. So let's just move on to the next couple. So now we are at 14 days of marriage, and Clint is playing Frisbee with his friend Andrew. So this is where I guess some people are sitting down with their friends and family to talk about how his marriage is going so far. So like I said, we start off with Clint with his friend Andrew playing Frisbee. Then they sit down to talk about his marriage and experience so far. And for all of these, I understand the friends and family try to give advice, but it really doesn't stick, because just because you give them advice, I guess just for the TV to seem like they got, you know, good friends on their shoulder behind them to support them, it doesn't mean nothing, because they still gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. So Andrew's advice to him is to give it time, stay focused on the positive, just as Gina is. And Clint makes a joke about her dog, Hank, I believe her dog's name is, how Hank is a redhead too, but she seems to love him. Okay, maybe as her dog, Clint, but not as a partner, okay? Not as a spouse, not, you know, she don't find them sexually attractive. Maybe for a dog, but you listen, you know what she was trying to say. So the dog don't count, okay? The dog don't count. I see you trying to make a little jokey joke, but maybe it landed with your friend Andrew, but to me, I was just like, all right, Clint, we understand you still feel some type of way. Okay, cool. So then we move on to Aerys and Jasmine. So Aerys, well, not really Jasmine yet, but we got Aerys. He's sitting with his little hating ass cousin. What is her name? Listen, I didn't read her name. I didn't see her name. I know they probably put her name on there. They mentioned her name plenty of times this episode, even spelled it out for Jasmine to write on the paper. I didn't get it. It started with an F. So his hating ass cousin F, he's sitting down for lunch with her, talking about his marriage, and the cousin just thinks that Jasmine is fake, because everything she says is very textbook answers. You know, hating ass cousin, if you don't know how to answer regular questions, just say that, okay? It seems like you just jealous of homegirl because you want to call her fake. Like, you don't even know the girl. Technically, I don't really be knowing these people that I be reviewing either. But I'm just going based off what I see on TV, okay? So there's that. But you just be hitting on Jasmine for why? Because she's a pageant girl, because her answers are very, very good. Like, because she answers it very well, so to you comes off as fake. Listen, I'm not saying homegirl probably don't be saying things the right way, like, because she does. I mean, she is a pageant person, but I feel like she's just very good at articulating her words. So what she's feeling is how she's expressing them, but she's just expressing it in a very intellectual, articulate way. What is the issue with that? I mean, because we've seen in the confessional plenty of times where she was showing her true self. So, she got to be poised and nice, speak with grace to make sure you understand what she's trying to say. But I guess she wants her to be more real and hood and probably with the little ad-libs. So she'd be like, I ain't here to be nobody's friend. So I guess that's what the cousin wants. But at the same time, there's a time and a place for everything. And you're not giving her that space to make her feel to the point where she could be like that, okay? Because she's just meeting you guys for the first time. Anywho, she wants Jasmine to tell Aerys how she truly feels, because she knows that she probably not feeling Aerys the way she be trying to make it seem like she feeling him. She don't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing from what I think the cousin was trying to say. So Aerys invites her to the housewarming party. She says she's not going because she's not going to support something that doesn't seem valid and that he doesn't seem invested in. So I guess Aerys was then trying to tell her that he was invested, and she's like, okay, well, if you invested in this thing, then you need to be a husband and have sex with your wife. Because why didn't you have sex yet? Listen, I don't think that was a great advice, because first off, what is sex gonna do? Let's be honest here. A lot of people can have sex and nothing come from that. Like, how's that showing him being a husband by having sex with his wife? Please explain. Please express yourself. Since you want to say Jasmine is fake with her answer, why can't you ever really explain what you mean by that? Like, what is sex really gonna accomplish? The fact that he could, rip her clothes off and have sex with her, if there's no connection behind it, I don't think that's gonna help anything. I don't think that's gonna help matters. That's probably gonna make her feel worse that she gave it up to a guy who don't care for her. Okay, then she's gonna be looking like Paige from season 12 when Paige had sex with Chris and it amounted to nothing, where Chris literally ran away the next morning. Okay, you see Aerys be running away when he be going to work out first thing in the morning. So listen, that's not gonna help solve anything. But yeah, you want to get mad at Jasmine. Anyway, so she says she's not going, and he just laughing, whatever, like, what, really? Like, you're not coming? And oh, the whole sexual comment made him laugh again. His little nervous laugh. I don't know I don't know what's going on. So she just lastly says he needs to get connected to his partner or leave. And, she's just like, well, this is why I told you wasn't ready to begin with, that you shouldn't have done this to begin with. But he did it. So let's stop saying this is why I told, no, because he already did it. So let's move forward and just be like, listen, that's your wife. You guys need to figure it out. And there's that. We move on to Nicole. She has lunch with her friend Julianne to talk about her marriage. And all the friend has to say is for Nicole to be herself and not feel like she can't be herself just to protect Chris, to be herself point blank, period, poop. Okay, I can get with that. I feel like Nicole's gonna be herself eventually, because you can't be fake 100%, especially when you're living with a person, when you're married to a person. Your true self gonna come out anyway. In the beginning stage when everything's lovey-dovey and you try to be like, let me just be kind of calm, cool, collected, but then eventually your real self gonna come out. So you don't even gotta say that, friend. Your real self will always come out. Whatever is done in the dark will come to the light. Okay. So then we move on to Gina and Clinton. They finally move in together. Producers probably told Gina behind closed doors, listen, you signed a contractual agreement, and the contractual agreement, you said you would move in. So you can't just continue staying in your little apartment. That's going to be that. Like, you got to move in, or got to at least make it seem like you move in, because we be hearing behind the scenes, they be moving in, but at the same time, they don't be staying there. They're only there when the cameras are rolling, but they really be spending the night at their own apartment. So maybe that's what she's doing. Because they move in, but they are moving into the separate bedrooms like Clint suggested from last week. And looks like they're just, keeping it easy breezy lemon squeezy. So then we move on to Jasmine and Aerys. They sit down to talk, and I guess he brings up the fact that Jasmine didn't want to write his hating ass cousin's name down on the list of people who was invited and who was coming to the housewarming party. So Aerys lets her know that he invited her anyway. Jasmine quickly turned around like, excuse me? And then he's like, well, she said no. So Jasmine was like, okay, good. So she just gives a laugh like, it is what it is. And how she didn't really feel comfortable with the hating ass cousin when she first met her and was talking to her post-wedding, the next morning brunch with the families, with the in-laws and all that stuff. So Aerys wants to, defend his cousin. I understand that's his cousin. He has more of a history with his cousin than his wife. But at the same time, you do have a wife now, though, Aerys. But he don't care for the wife, okay? He don't even want to have sex with her. So anyway, so he's trying to defend the cousin. She got a strong personality. I hate when people be saying that because, like, you just want to sugarcoat the fact you got a hating ass cousin that always, probably call all your little girlfriends fake. Even though this is your wife now, but she probably be hating on all your little girlfriends. So, I'm not surprised because if y'all gonna coddle her and, enable her actions, then she never gonna change because you're just gonna be like, she got a strong personality. No, just call her for what it is. Your cousin, a hating ass cousin, and she don't even know Jasmine from a slice of bread. Even when Jasmine was sitting down, they could have got to know each other, but she already came with that energy like, you just fake and this and that. So it's your hating ass cousin fault. Anyway, moving on, we get to day 15 of marriage. It's housewarming party day, I guess the 15 and 16 day of marriage. So we start off with Shaq and Kirsten first. So their friends come over. There's no theme, and Kirsten lets it be known that they didn't consummate the marriage yet, because that's the question that they always have to ask. So they didn't consummate the marriage yet, and she also let them know, ain't no kissing been going on, because I guess one of the friends was like, okay, it seems like y'all not even on the kissing vibes yet. So she's like, no, because I'm not a good kisser, so we haven't been kissing. And I guess they do a toast because of the housewarming, and Shaq lets us know in the confessional that, he is a kisser. He likes to kiss, but so he's disappointed that he hasn't gotten to that point yet with his wife, but he's willing to be more patient. And I'm like, bro, I don't know how more patient you can be, but I did see not in the confessional, I did see in the previews that they do kiss on the lips one of these episodes. So I don't know when that's going to be, if maybe it's right before decision day, but I don't know what to tell you, Shaq. You being very patient, but I think, like everybody else has been saying, it's because she's so pretty, she's so beautiful, so you're trying to make it work. But I bet you, if it was someone that you wasn't the most attractive to, you probably wouldn't give no 2 Fs, not even 1 F, So he's gonna be more patient. So they sit and talk with each other's family and friends. You know how it is. The family and friends give the BS advice. There's nothing else to take from this scene with their housewarming party. That's it. I think lastly, they asked her a question about, does she see herself with Shaq after 8 weeks or for a lifetime or whatever. She don't know yet. She can't answer that. So we already knew we all know what it is. Okay? We know what it is. America knows what it is. Everybody else who watches this knows what it is. Shaquille knows what it is. Kirsten knows what it is. Their family and friends know what it is. Listen, the producers know what it is. We all know what it is. But we're going to try to drag this out as long as we can. I see this is what's happening. So then we move on to Chris and Nicole. They're next, and they have a theme. Their theme is a flamingo party. I forgot the name that Nicole said for the theme, but it's flamingos, okay? Flamingo, tropical, all that crap. But mainly flamingos and pineapples. So she got her and Chris matching flamingo shirts. He wasn't really feeling it, so she said, okay, that's fine. We don't have to wear it. But you could tell she was a little disappointed. He said he would if she really wanted them to, but he personally preferred not to. But I'm just going to tell you this, Chris. If she got you guys, both of you and her matching flamingo shirts, clearly she wanted both of y'all to wear matching flamingo shirts. So, I guess this was a better handled situation versus last season with Kristen and Mitch. So, I guess it didn't become a big thing, but at the same time, Nicole did bring it up because all the friends show up and She instantly, I'm not surprised because Nicole does talk a lot, but I'm just like, okay, you don't have to do all this. Because they was complimenting the wedding picture of her and Chris. And she wanted to be like, yeah, we had to change it because the initial one that they chose, I did not like it. So then she shows them the initial photo. They're like, what's wrong with it? You look great. You look beautiful. She's like, I'm not feeling this. So then after that, what else did she say? Then she showed them the matching shirts, and they do wear it for like 2.5 seconds, but then they take it off. People was like, oh, it was cute. It was, but Chris wasn't feeling it. So he'd rather wear the other shirt, which to be honest, I like the other shirts better just because I'm a more darker colored type of clothes wearer. But for the theme, technically the flamingo shirts did go better with the theme of the housewarming party. But it is what it is. They didn't really make a big deal out of it, even though Nicole brought it up. But okay, so they sit down and talk with each other's friends. There's nothing that really comes from that. I don't even feel like I heard any good advice for me to even mention. So then we're going to move on, okay? We're going to move to day 16 of marriage. So we have Aerys and Jasmine. Their housewarming party is next. There's no theme with them. And when the family and friends come over, when the family and friends come over, the vibe is just awkward to me because it seems like they're trying to make forced conversation, but nothing is really coming from it. So Aerys makes it known that Jasmine and his little hating-ass cousin, they don't really get along, but he's trying to give it time and grace for them to hopefully one day get along. But how are we going to get along? We're just waiting. Aerys, like, maybe have a sit down with all three of them. Like, well, your hating-ass cousin, and Jasmine all sit down together to try to squash this, I'm not going to say non-existent beef, but this stupid beef. Because I feel like Jasmine was trying to be, come genuine as she is. And the hating-ass cousin was just like, nah, you fake. You need to get your hating-ass cousin in check and stop trying to sugarcoat the fact that she's rude and defend your wife. Because at the end of the day, this is your wife. Why don't you find your hating-ass cousin a man? Because I feel like that's what she lacks. I really don't feel like she got a man because she just seems like she's too bitter to be having a man. I mean, and if she do got a man, maybe he ain't digging her down right. I don't know. But she got some type of attitude, and, I don't rocks with that. Jasmine don't rocks with that. You probably see that she got a little attitude, but you're not trying to say nothing because, that's your ride or die from back in the day because that's family, all that stuff. But at the same time, you got to be honest with her, too. So, you know what, Jasmine, I don't even think you guys should sit down together. I know I just said it, but let me take that back because maybe Aerys just need to sit with her, maybe with no cameras, just be like, listen, cousin, you little hating ass cousin. Okay? You my cousin, we family, but you a hater that. Just call her for it. Aerys just tell her what. Be real with her, okay? Because everybody else eating her up out in these streets, so just be honest with your cousin, okay? So other than that. They talk to each other's people, and I mean, both of them, both her side and his side, have different feelings about the whole hating ass cousin situation. Everybody's gonna have different, obviously her people's gonna ride for her, his people's are gonna kind of ride for him. Whatever, okay, I'm over it. This season is trash, but we're gonna try to continue. So they sit with each other's family, friends. Nothing really to take from that. And the last thing is, the only thing I can mention is Aerys told her peoples that if she were to get rid of her dogs, he would be super excited. But Aerys, that ain't happening. I don't even know why the friends even asked that question. Like, why would you? For why? Because Jasmine ain't never gonna do it. And if she ever did, I'm gonna be looking at her sideways like, Jasmine, what we doing here in these streets? I know you're not about to give up your dogs for a homeboy who don't even want to rip your clothes off. Anywho, and then Jasmine lets it be known that, they ain't had no sex yet. Her back ain't get blown out because we're going to mention backs being blown out again this episode. So then finally, we have, before we get to Clinton and Gina, we have Dominique. She sits down with her mama because, today was supposed to be her housewarming party with McKinley. So the mom is disappointed that the marriage didn't work out. And, as they're talking, Dominique just puts all the blame on McKinley. She ain't do nothing wrong. The mama even makes mention, like, was there anything that she could have done differently? Like, been more patient. So Dominique thinks that she's been very patient. I'm just like, girl, please. Okay, y'all haven't even been together for like 2 straight weeks. And you want to talk about you been patient as much as you can. Do you even believe that? Because I know the mom was probably like, listen, I'm not going to push my daughter too much, but I know she's on some BS right now because you can't tell me you put in your all and it's only been 2 weeks. She said she had a lot to say on the after party tonight because I did watch that before I came here to do. Listen, at this point, whatever, Dominique. I already said all I had to say. Whatever, okay? I don't have time. I really don't have time. I understand. You think you know everything. Usually they do, okay? They younger folks, and I'm saying this like I'm so much older than them when I'm really not, But in my few more years of being older than, I'm just like, they really be thinking they know everything, but it's like you don't. I still don't know everything, and. I'm still trying to out in these streets trying to live life. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. So if I know I don't know everything, I know they for damn sure she don't know everything. Even though she thinks she's an old soul, which everybody already ate her up about that. But Dominique, you need to take accountability, okay? Because nobody's perfect. Just like he had some things he did wrong in the relationship, so did you. So stop trying to make it like it's all him. You trying to say in the after party that he was trying to play victim, but I feel like you trying to play victim in this instance as well. So both y'all to blame. We move on then to Clint and Gina. They're last for their housewarming party, and it's a fiesta theme. And they sit with each other's friends. Nothing to take from it. The only thing I put in the comment was, in my little notes, was one of Gina's friends, her eyebrows were very interesting. I didn't like it, but it was very interesting. We move on then to day 17 of marriage. Now, everybody, all the couples, whether y'all married or about to get a divorce, they coming together to have a little potluck get together at the apartment common room. And McKinley lets us know in the confessional he ain't really feeling the fact that he has to see Dominique, but you already knew what you signed up for. So unfortunately, you're going to have to see her today, and then probably have to see her on decision day, have to see her on the reunion, and have to see her on the Where Are They Now episode. So they talk to each other. You know how they have to do. They gotta be all fake and stuff, ask each other how each other's housewarming party was, when probably half of them don't even care. But, we got to make it seem like, okay, we interested in what everybody had going on every day that we wasn't together, coming together. So they go kind of down around, and McKinley asked if anyone has had sex yet. So everyone's looking at him all crazy. And I'm just like, why are we acting like this is left field? Okay, this is nothing new. You already know. First off, you already know producers gonna make family ask, they're gonna make friends ask. And of course, when you guys having a group chat, they're gonna make somebody ask in the group. So why y'all acting like, wow, why would he ask something so absurd like that? And then in the after party, Jasmine said, because McKinley and Aerys are best friends, he kind of was shady by asking that. No, honestly, Jasmine, I don't really feel like that's what it was. I feel like producer was probably like, okay, whenever it gets quiet, you just ask if anybody has sex yet. Because every season, someone asks, so did anybody consummate the marriage? I'm not buying none of this stuff, okay? Let's stop the fake drama, fake, no, we don't have time, okay? Y'all already shaved 30 minutes off of this, out of the rest of the episodes. We don't have time. This could have been a 1 hour episode from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect after he asks did anyone have sex yet. Comes back from commercial. Everybody's still looking awkward. But Chris and Nicole did say that they did have sex. And Aerys lets us know in the confessional that Nicole is the only wife right now that's getting her back blown out. I'm just like, oh, thank you, Aerys. Jasmine just want to do her little fake laugh. Okay, thank you, Aerys. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Obvious. We know this. We understand this. So Anything else? Aerys and Jasmine, they talk about their lack of intimacy. Nobody cares. Everyone goes around the room, talk about, it's growing. No one liked each other. This person didn't like that person, but they're growing from that. Then lastly, we get to Dominique and McKinley. So McKinley makes the announcement that they're getting a divorce. No one wants them to give up. And Nicole told Dominique that she's going to regret this decision. I can never talk. I'll be talking so much crap when I'm watching this, thinking this in my head, but then I come on here and I stutter on my words. How'd that happen? Anywho, Nicole tells Dominique, you're going to regret this decision. I really think you're going to regret this. So I guess Nicole asked, can they just take a break for now and then maybe come back later. So Dominique says maybe. So then everybody gets excited. Oh, she said maybe, so it's not completely over yet. And then they cheers. Then it goes to commercial and comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. Now, because I watched the after party, Dominique said in the after party that pretty much McKinley wanted to end things as well. So it's like it was kind of making it like it was all her decision, even though technically she was the one that asked for the divorce. But it was like a mutual thing. They agreed it was going to be a mutual thing. And she even texted him initially after she said she wanted a divorce that maybe they can try to see if they could work things out or something to that effect. I didn't care because I wasn't really trying to hear what Dominique was trying to say. But I overheard her saying that as I was playing my little song pop. So, okay. You say that, but after the fact, after everyone cheers, after her and McKinley went back to the apartment, why they went back to the apartment, I don't know. But they went back to the apartment to talk. McKinley asked if she felt pressured to say maybe just because the fact that everybody was asking and everybody wanted them to work out. So then she admitted that she said yes because of peer pressure. So technically you didn't want to try to maybe come back. You was over it, but she trying to make it seem like, oh, she already tried that, and then he was like so cold-hearted. He probably was, because you asked him for a divorce. Listen, and I'm not even going to say, guys, I just feel like with some people, listen, I'm not going to try to make things work with someone who told me to my face they want a divorce. I mean, maybe not literally to my face, because Pastor Cal was the one that asked, but pretty much she said she wanted a divorce. Those words came out of her mouth. So, honestly, can you blame the guy for wanting to be like, okay, you want a divorce? Ain't no coming back from this. That came out of your mouth. So if you wasn't sure about that, you should have made sure to say, okay, let's try working it out before I say I want a divorce. So no, don't try to put this on McKinley, because this was on you, Dominique. You wanted a divorce, and that's that. So she admitted that, she only said maybe because of peer pressure. So after that, she was just, McKinley was just like, okay, well, that's the end of that. Dominique tried to say she apologized. No, she already apologized before. She tries to say, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm tired. But she tries to say, oh, okay, well, we can be friends. McKinley like, I don't want to be your friend. Listen, he don't want to be your friend, girl. It is what it is. So that's that. She says, okay, at least they do hug it out. And she just leaves. And then he packs up and then he leaves. The last thing Dominique says was she's been pushed to her limits and she's just going to go on a soul-searching journey. Good luck with that, Dominique. Good luck with that. I don't know if that soul-searching journey is down Clinton's throat, but okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, congratulations. And anything from McKinley? No, he just packs up and leaves. And he said something, but pretty much, she ain't ready for marriage, and something to the effect of she's just playing games. Which I don't think she was necessarily playing games. I think she was just trying to stick it out for her mama's sake, but she didn't even want to do it because technically, you didn't even apply to this show to begin with. So what are we talking about at this point? There's nothing really. Okay. That was the end of the episode, guys. I'm so sorry that this review was very lackluster. I don't feel like I did enough jokes to make you guys laugh. But, hopefully you laughed anyway. Only other thing I want to say is for the previews for next week, it looked like Chris going to be telling Nicole that he asked for somebody thicker. And you, all right, Nicole looks like she already feeling some type of way about that, which I can understand. But at the same time, why are we bringing this up? See, y'all, both of y'all talk too much. Both of y'all be saying unnecessary stuff that y'all do not need to be saying. I mean, I guess we'll see next week with more context behind what he's trying to say. I mean, they did show a sneak peek, and it didn't seem any better than the preview for. They could hang it up now for this season. They can hang it up because it is it's giving nothing. It's giving bland. It's giving no seasoning. It's giving why are we here? It's giving is there gonna be a next season? It's giving question mark. That's it, guys. Listen, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you even to this point, to this second, you a real one, because I don't know what else to do, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to come next week to watch it. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I hope you did. Please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, like I said, I know I didn't do that much jokes, but if you did laugh, smirk, or anything, or even agreed with anything I said, please subscribe. And please comment what you thought on this lackluster, bland, no seasoning, not even salt and pepper episode. And until then, I'll see you guys next week for the next episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. Have a great rest of the week and weekend. Until then, sayonara, peace, goodbye. Love you guys. Bye.